Hello and welcome to my humble little corner of internet real estate. Thought I'd do a more casual type of news, daily news type of thing for all 8 of my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my humble little channel here. Let's get started here. All right, my first article is from Kotaku. No Man's Sky finally finds love on Steam. After 5 years, the Steam reviews for Hello Games Space Him hit mostly positive. Good for them. I'm proud of them. Because they actually stuck with the game. Unlike some other developers, BioWare, Anthem. Yeah, at least they stuck with it. I'm surprised that they did. It has not been an easy time for No Man's Sky. After what can only be described as Molyneux levels of unrealistic pre-release hype from developer Hello Games lead Sean Murray, reality crashed down hard when it was released in August 2016. Inevitably, it was review bombed on Steam, and that legacy has haunted it ever since. Now, some 5 years and 19 billion free updates later, No Man's Sky has finally found Steam's love with a mostly positive rating. Yes, No Man's Sky is actually really good now. I never played it when it was crap, so I never played it when it was getting review bombed and it was getting all the hate. And Sean Murray basically, cut the radio, went radio silent for, like a year or something. Like he just disappeared. I don't know if it was that long, but. Yeah, I never played it when it originally came out, but I did talk to people who played it and they were pissed off. And rightfully so. You're paying AAA prices, you expect a AAA game. And yeah, they got shafted. Steam's user reviews have a hefty prominence on any PC game store page. Rather than something as simple as a set of stars, Valve's electronic shop shows in the text tone of received very negative to overwhelmingly positive, but more importantly, it changes the color of that text according to the reception. Get to mostly positive, meaning 70% or more of the reviews are in favor, and the text goes blue. Mixed is a dull yellow, and anything below that is a sort of angry orange. Yeah, so yeah, most people respond quickly to colors. They see red, they see orange, and they're like, nope. Excuse me. Try as you might, as a regular user of Steam, the semiotics of this system embeds itself in your system. It's not hard to make an immediate judgment of a game before you even read its description. That's what I just said. People are psychologically prone to seeing those colors, and we see those colors even in the wild. There's a reason why you're evolutionarily programmed to see colors a certain way. Oddly enough, I think it was because of me that Valve stopped displaying these colors for games with very few reviews, as before a single negative review would see a game marked with deathly orange words. Getting orange on your store page is bad news. So congratulations to Hello Games, whose space epic dwelled in the Tangerine torment for a very long time after its colossally noisy and controversial release. Gone is orange, even the muted lemon, but now they find themselves entirely in the blue. Good for them. And with this, I grant them permission to start charging money for their new content. Yeah, I think they paid their dues. They stuck with this game for 5 years, and they didn't just abandon the players. They didn't just say, oh, we screwed up, but no refund. They stuck with it, they worked their asses off, and they turned the game into really something special. It is actually really good, and if you guys haven't played it or given it a shot, I would highly recommend giving it a shot, because it is probably night and day from if you played it in the beginning. So, yeah, good for them, man. This is a success story that's actually pretty huge. So it's good that they stuck with it. It would have been much easier for them. And I don't think that Sean Murray did these things maliciously. I think he was put on the spot, and like normal human beings, he just wasn't used to dealing with that kind of pressure. And it got to him, and he overpromised. I think that's all it was. He overpromised and underdelivered. And I think it was just because he was put on the spot. Like I said, I don't think he had intentions of ripping people off. At least I don't think so. But yeah. Good for them that they stuck with it and they changed it. Next, Halo Infinite's, oh, this is from Kotaku. Halo Infinite's radar sucked, but 343 is fixing it. All right, 343 is changing Halo Infinite's motion tracker to be more like the old games. Good. I think as close as they can get the original, or get these games to the original Halo, and the original gameplay and everything is as close as, because I'm a massive Halo fan. I bought an Xbox back in the day for Halo. So to see it like fall with Halo 5, I didn't get into Halo 5 at all. I didn't like the characters, I didn't like the story, I didn't like the music, I didn't like a lot of it. The gameplay was decent, but most of it, I didn't care for at all. I didn't really get into it at all. And that's a shame, man, because I absolutely adored Halo 1 through Reach, basically. Halo 4 was, I mean, it was all right, but I honestly had more fun with Halo 4 than I did with 5, so I know that's controversial to some people, but Halo 4 multiplayer was actually kind of fun at times. You know, we had a lot of fun with it. 343 Industries released a lengthy post summarizing many of the changes, fixes, and improvements made to Halo Infinite after receiving tons of feedback from its technical preview in August. One of the biggest changes is that the motion tracker is being tweaked and will operate more like it did in the past Halo titles. Like I said, a return to form is good. Early in August, over the course of a weekend or so, 343 Industries ran a Halo Infinite technical preview for selected players on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and PC. While the preview suffered from some server issues at first, it eventually stabilized and let players fight against bots of various skill levels. The bots were impressive, the overall gameplay felt good and Halo-y, and it looks solid too. Well, that's good to know. I did see some gameplay footage of it, and the gameplay looks pretty decent. I'm not sure about the grappling hook. I don't think that's Halo-y at all, but it'll be interesting to see how it's implemented. Hopefully it doesn't suck, and hopefully it doesn't, I don't know. I just can't see how that's gonna work really well in multiplayer. But some, including Kotaku's own Ari Notice, had issues with the new motion tracker. Before, in past titles, you only appeared on motion trackers if you walked or ran. If you crouched and moved slowly, you would stay off the radar. That's the way it should be. That's the way Halo should be. In Halo Infinite's preview, you only showed up on the radar when shooting or sprinting, so you and bots could walk around safely hidden off the radar. This changed up the usual rhythm of Halo matches. Crouch walking wasn't really useful anymore beyond occasionally hiding behind cover, so most players just ran around at normal speed. Yeah, it's crouch walking should get you off the radar, period. It's Halo, that's the way it should be. That's what we're all used to. That's the way it should be. This led to situations where you could walk into an area and get ambushed by a whole team. Well, yeah. While some liked the new changes to the motion tracker, it appeared that 343 Industries saw more negative feedback and is now reverting the radar back to how it worked in the past, as explained in a post on Halo Waypoint. Good. Good. Excuse me. Like I said, as much of a return to form as they can bring back this Halo to the original, Halo Infinite back to the original Halo series, I think it's going to be a positive. You know, implement new things, but keep the core stuff the same. You know, nobody is saying that they have to create the same stale game over and over again. Halo 2 made changes, Halo 3 made changes. Halo Reach made changes back and reverted Halo 2 and 3 changes. So it can be done, and it can be done well. I just don't think 343 is capable of doing it. While some appreciated the new approach, we found that most players missed the old properties in these social matches. Yes, Halo fans are rabid and they want it to stay the same. To a very large degree, they want it to stay the same. We've updated the combat sensor to feel more like the motion tracker of old, which shows all movement besides crouch walking, and should have that ready for folks to test in the next flight. Be sure to keep an eye on it and let us know how it plays. Well, good for them. Good for them that they're actually listening to the feedback of the players and they're making changes as necessary. Okay, and our last article of the day, this is just a little article right now from Kotaku. Resellers are charging people for games that are actually free. You shouldn't pay for Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt because it's free. This was, now yesterday. This is a late night news drop, I guess you would call it. So, morning? It's morning. The shady world of key resellers is a murky, grimdark place to visit. And everything's grimdark these days. Fucking Last of Us 2, it's all grimdark. Everything's gotta be grimdark. Star Trek Picard, grimdark. Everything's gotta be grimdark and edgy. Long are the days of Star Trek of old when there was positivity and intellect. Those days are gone. Now we need explosions and shit. Anyways, I don't want to get on a Star Trek rant. The shady world of key resellers is a murky, grimdark place to visit, but also incredibly stupid. Just a couple of weeks ago, Frostpunk 2 developers 11-Bit Studios were astonished to see Kinguin selling keys for their just-announced game, long before they decided on a price themselves. Now, as spotted by World of Darkness's Outstar Walker, there's another trying to sell keys for Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, which, when it comes out tomorrow, is going to be free. Brand community developer for World of Darkness, Walker is certainly one to know how much free-to-play Battle Royale Blood Hunt will cost when it releases, especially when that amount is zero. So don't pay any money for Vampire Blood Hunt Battle Royale, because it's free. Apparently this is pretty common, so keep an eye out for this shit and don't get ripped off, guys. So with plenty of clap emojis, she makes it clear that people oughtn't, that's a southern word. We don't use them words around here. Oughtn't be paying. Not in the Midwest, we don't use words like that here. Buying from resellers can, of course, sometimes save people money, but it often comes at a cost. In this case, quite literally. Blood Hunt from developers Shark Mob is the franchise's first foray into battle royaling. That can't be a word either. And like most in the genre, is free to download, presumably intending to make its money back from in-game purchases, cosmetics, and microtransactions. Welcome to the world of 2021. Which is whatever, it's free to play. As long as the game's free to play, I don't mind that shit. I'm gonna make an entire video on that whole topic, but not today. However, if you went to CD keys that doesn't merit a link, you can get it for the low price of $19.59. Now, it would be wrong to start throwing around words like dishonest or greedy, because take a closer look. That $19.59 is quite the bargain compared to the RRP they made up of $20.99 they made up. You're saving $1.40 right there off the fictional total price. Sure, you can see that discounted by roughly another $19.59 if you were to get it from a reputable source, like its own Steam page. Yes, buy from reputable sources. Don't buy your games from these fucking resellers. But then, would you have the same sense of being conned? What price can you put on that? In summary, don't buy games from resellers because it's shady as all hell. Yeah, buy games from reputable sources. All right. That's gonna do it for today's news. I appreciate you sticking with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which I'm not sure what review that's gonna be, but I think I'm doing Aliens Fireteam Elite. I know it's like 10 days after it's released, but I have a sordid past with that. I avoided Aliens Fireteam Elite because I was really skeptical that it was going to be good, and I really didn't want to have my heart broken because Aliens is my favorite movie, and Aliens Colonial Marines ripped my heart through my ass, and I didn't want that kind of emotional trauma again. But I am doing Aliens Fireteam Elite right now, and it's actually pretty kick-ass. I'll say it in the review, but it's pretty good, and I'm sure you guys have already heard about it, so. But you can hear it from me. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves and each other.